What's up, guys? It's Dizzy. I've got my tarot card deck here that I bought. It says the design tarot deck originally made by Pamela Coleman Smith under instruction of Arthur Waite. So yeah, it's pretty basic set, but it's nice and it's crisp and what I need basically, because it's got the symbolism. I don't need like anything fancy. I was gonna go through, like, I've got the major arcana there. I could have set this up on like on my desk or something, might have been better, but I'm just doing a basic video. The titles aren't really showing up on the, because I'm just using a webcam. But let's have a look. So this is the Fool card. Like, this was me when a couple of months, about 5-6 months ago, when I entered back into the social circle after a long relationship, and then the tower collapsed. Let's see. Yeah, the tower collapsed, and all the fake friends and whatever disappeared, and the users and manipulators. That's when everything went pear-shaped, so to speak. But I kept going, building my identity and stuff, rebuilding myself, still confident and stuff. But I entered the social world like innocent and like the Fool. Not innocent, like stupid, I got my intellect and everything. I just gave people the benefit of the doubt and stuff, and I managed to pull through, with a few bumps and scrapes, but I was fine. So the tower collapsed. The tower collapsed, and it kept on moving. And then I saw the star, good friends that were still there, friends that I've known for a long time, uh, through thick and thin. They came to my aid. I think we're still in the moon period now. This is what ChatGPT told me. It's not very good lighting. Let's just get on with it anyway. The moon, I might have to put the cards on my table so that it looks better. I thought the lighting was better than this. Yeah, the moon phase, where I'm reflecting on, the situations before where people tried to take me for granted and everything, so that I don't fall into those situations again. Not that I fell into them, but just learn from them. And then we're waiting on the sun. I don't know how the sun to come up, the good life to come back, sort of thing. I'm content with myself at the moment, but that's the thing. Just waiting, for the good stuff. Yeah, the lighting's really bad on there. I thought it would be better, but yeah. So that's the main. I wasn't going to describe the whole major arcana. I was just going to go through the minor arcana, like the cup, the cup. I forget. I don't know the names of the suits, because I've got a lot of cards, as you can see anyway, like regular playing cards, because they're very similar. they're like a basic in there. You can use them for like card reading as well, but yeah, I just feel very drawn to like the symbolism and stuff. Like I said, nothing wrong with symbolism, even if you're like Christian. You know, it's not predict to me. It's more like a guide. Yeah, so I've got the different suits. I was going to use ChatGPT to interpret the minor arcana, which is like the other suits, like the cup suit, the swords, and the wands. I'll do better readings when I've got better lighting. I suppose I should get better lighting. It's no good if you can't see the cards properly. I don't know if I can pause this video now and do something about it, but and the pentacles will make the video anyway. And it came with a little book key as well that tells you the meaning of the minor, tells you the meaning of all the cards. But I was going to use ChatGPT to scan them on my phone. Perhaps the lighting is better if I do it like this. I was just going to make like a quick video and then I was going to go for a shave. Actually, I can do it like this, can't I? Now, I'm moving my camera around. The lighting's still not great though. But it'll do for this video. You know, it's just a start, isn't it? So what was I going to say? Yeah, the suit of perhaps we'll do a little reading for me at the end. But the pentacles represents everyday life, I think, and it represents. I'm not an expert at this, by the way. I'm just doing my little thing. Still got a blocked up nose. Yeah, the pentacle suit. From what I read, let's read in the key then. The key booklet. The pentacles is associated with the element of earth representing prosperity, health, security, and stability. Pentacles deal with tangible worldly possessions. So that is, that's like I said, that deals with like everyday life, I suppose. And then there's the wands, which I read is wands is to do with like your personal skills and stuff. Let's have a little quick look. It's pretty, you know, it's open to like interpretation, I think. Like I don't want to be like tied into like a strict sort of like interpretation. A suit of wands is associated with the element of fire representing passion, energy, willpower and strength. Wands describe personality traits and how they affect plans and goals. And then there's the swords, which represents like power, I think. Let's see. This is just me, because I've got the got the deck now, so I'm just making use of it basically. The suit of swords is associated with the element of air, representing intellect, logic, action, and power. Swords can be used for good, but also very powerful when used for evil. Swords is a tragic tale starting with exploitation of intellect for good and ending with abject failure and disaster when used sinisterly. And then the cups. Cups represent like emotions. Obviously it represents water, look. But I know from like dream interpretation, it's like water represents emotions. So I'll do a basic like 3-card read at the end. I was going to go through every one of the minor arcana and like scan them. That's what I paid for an upgrade on ChatGPT. Just looking for because this key book is quite big. I can't find what I was looking for about cups. Yeah, the suit of cups is associated with the element of water, representing emotions, feelings, and relationships. Cups indicate what is happening in the heart rather than the head. Yeah, I don't like how the lighting is not so great on this video. So let's try scanning some of these cards with ChatGPT, because I paid like £8 to let's scan one in. Let's see what it says about the Ace of Pentacles. I can show, look, I've scanned it. Yeah, the webcam's supposed to be like high res. Perhaps let's see. And it looks blurred as well. I don't know why the webcam looks blurred. Like, why isn't it like... See, I have to read it out. The Ace of Pentacles, what you're holding, is actually one of the most grounded and hopeful cards in the deck, but not in a fantasy way. A real world beginning. I could just do like a reading and then like get ChatGPT to tell us what it means, because with the different suits in the minor arcana, like I've showed you the pentacles, look, there's different numbers, like it goes up to 10, and also there's like you know, it's basically like the suits you get in like a regular playing card set, but with the exception you've got like, instead you've got a Knight of Pentacles and you've got a Page of Pentacles. I suppose he could be like the Jack that you get in a regular playing card deck, and the Queen obviously, and King. So and then it goes up to 10. It's like a bit more detailed than a regular playing card set. I might not scan all of them in ChatGPT. I might just do for now. And then it's the same, but in the wands, you know, you've you've got the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands. We'll do what we can for today, like my videos are never perfect. Knight of Wands. We'll figure it out as we go along. It's quite late as well. I think the neighbours are waking up. Perhaps I'll, so that's the Wands, Pentacles I've done. See, in the swords are the same. You've got the Page of Swords, King of Swords. I might just do like, you have to pick one from the major arcana, you know, like for example, like I would choose like the Fool, or, you know, when I was when I started out about 6 months ago, like after my marriage and everything, and ChatGPT told me that story. It said, you know, you started as the Fool, and then the tower collapsed, and you're just waiting. You've been through the Star card and the Moon. You're just waiting for the Sun. And then it's the same. You've got the Page of Cups. I don't know if people find this video entertaining because it's not professionally done, but let's do. We'll pick one card from the major arcana, and then one from these. I've put all the minor ones here, and we'll see what it says about me and about well, just generally to anyone else that's going through a situation, you know, like me. I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, how can you can't read like, you can't do a generalized reading and say it applies to everyone in, you know, in viewership. You could just do a reading for yourself and say if anyone else is going through a similar situation. If you're going through a similar situation, because the major arcana is that's the main theme, and then the cards that you choose from the minor, that I suppose would give you a help. Let's see. Right then. I definitely need a shave. Alright, so there's the major arcana. I don't know, I'll shuffle it or whatever. Like, not in a fancy way. I'll shuffle it, and then I notice some other people doing readings, they say, oh, this one just fell out. I suppose that's the way it goes. Or do I just shuffle it like that and let one fall on my bed? How do I? Don't even know how to shuffle a card. Alright, one did fall out. Strength. That sounds promising. Strength fell out. I definitely need some of that. Alright, I'm happy with that. So now I've got to choose two more from that's in the major arcana. That's the theme. Bloody hell, that's definitely what I need. Maybe someone else needs some strength as well. Alright, so now I've got to choose two from the minor. Well, this was worthwhile, even if the video's not very good. This was worth, if the video's not very professional, this was worthwhile, because it's given me some hope. So how do I... And that literally, it did fall out. I let one fall out. But I was thinking, oh no, like a couple are gonna fall out, but only one fell out. Alright, let's see then, how do I get... I need two. If two fall from the minor arcana, that's perfect. I just let them... no, we don't need three. Let's do it again. We just need two to fall. Not that it's anything mystical, it's just like a sign, isn't it? Or just, I can't see what it is, so I just like, because they've been shuffled, I'll just let, alright, what is this? Well, this is the Five of Cups. It looks a bit depressing. I don't know what it means. We'll ask ChatGPT. Whoever that is looks sad. That can be me at times. Alright. My happy sad persona, Riddler and the Joker. Alright, so we need one more. Let's shuffle it a bit more. Oh, one actually did just fall out. And it looks promising. And it's the one that ChatGPT said was a really good card. The Ace of Pentacles. That is promising. How are we gonna interpret this now? Let's get ChatGPT to tell us what it means, because I already got a feeling that it's pretty good. You know, the second card looked depressing, but overall, look, oh, it looks quite good on my bed there, the lighting. Now I know how I need to do it. This video. So that's a reading for myself, but that could be like generalized. That could be generalized for anyone that needs strength. You know, you need strength is the theme. You're feeling depressed emotionally. That obviously that's what that means. But we'll ask ChatGPT. And then the Ace of Pentacles, which ChatGPT said was a really optimistic card. That sounds pretty self-explanatory to me. Like you can make an interpretation what you will, but you know, without going into too much depth. Let's see what ChatGPT says, because it might be able to it might be able to put it into words better than I can, like in a simple way. Let's see. So I'm scanning it. We're going to do one of these readings every day, I suppose. Let's see what it says. I've got you. I'll read this symbolically, not as fate, prophecy, or this will definitely happen. Tarot works best as a mirror, not a sentence handed down from the universe. You laid 3 cards, and honestly they tell a very coherent story. That's why I thought this is inner strength, not force. Strength, inner strength, not force. Let's read what it said. Alright. Not hustle, not dominance, not aggression. This card shows someone calmly holding a lion. You've been living through intensity. desire, frustration, anger, and longing, but you didn't let it turn you into something ugly. That sounds about right. Strength here, restraint with dignity. Yeah, that was me. Very important. This is a card of endurance, not reward. You've held yourself together longer than most people could. This lines up with exactly what you've been doing. NoFap self-control, not lashing out, not collapsing. So the reading starts with acknowledgement. You weren't weak, you weren't lazy, you weren't avoiding life. You were containing fire. Five of Cups. This card is grief. I said that's what it was, but not total loss. Notice something crucial. 3 cups are spilled, 2 are still standing behind them. This card appears when someone is focused on what didn't work, what didn't arrive yet, what hurt or disappointed. Why did this happen like this? It doesn't say you're broken, it says you're still facing the wrong direction. Not because you're stupid, but because you cared. This card fits perfectly with this. ChatGPT is describing like my relationship things, which I'm not going to read out. But the sense of I did everything right, but still lost. That's classic 5 of Cups energy. Grief isn't about her specifically, it's about expectation colliding with reality, and that hurts more than rejection. Ace of Pentacles. This card does not cancel the grief. That's important. Tarot doesn't say forget the past and everything's fine. Instead, it says something new can only grow once you stop staring at what fell. Yeah, that kind of fits with what I've been doing a little bit. The ace doesn't appear as a miracle, it appears as a foothold. It's material, practical, earth level, meaning money, work, stability, daily structure, something small that compounds. Not romance yet, not destiny yet. First ground, the order matters. Strength, grief, foundation. That's the sequence. The story these 3 cards tell put together messages. You endured more than most. You're mourning what didn't come together. And the next chapter begins not emotionally but practically. Well, I already know that. This doesn't mean giving up on love. It means love can't land until the ground stops shifting. Well, I know that. Even the right woman needs somewhere to stand. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. One honest thing I want to say, this spread doesn't say wait forever. It doesn't say God will drop money from the sky. It says your next relief comes through something real, repeatable and grounded, even if it feels unglamorous at first. This is not punishment, that's not abandonment, that's stabilization. If you want, next we can pull one clarifier and add something specific, like what blocks the ace, what helps it grow, what should I focus on for the next 30 to 60 days, what or even what am I not seeing yet. You're not broken. This spread doesn't read like despair, it reads like transition. It says, and you handled the first 2 parts already. So what blocks the ace? ChatGPT said to pull one clarifier. Where do I pull that from? The minor arcana. Let's ask ChatGPT. Where do I pull the clarifier from? If I'm going to do this every day, this represents my current situation. You don't need how to pull a clarifier. What helps the Ace of Pentacles grow? That's a focus on one question. What am I not seeing yet? Let's do it anyway. Single card is the clarifier. It's not telling me. Do I pull it from the minor? It says good question, but it hasn't given me the answer. Where do I pull it from? Minor or major? Major arcana. From both together. Okay, so I have to so I'm pulling it from everything then. Let's shuffle them. I have to shuffle them quite well because I've separated everything. I separated the minor and the major. This video has probably turned into a bit of a rambling video. I know what I sound like sometimes. So two cups are still standing and 3 fell. Is that like when they say the cup is still half full, or you've got to see it as like half full? It's not even half full. There's only 2 still standing. 3 have already fallen. What do I do with 2 cups? It's better than nothing. Emotionally, well, I'm like emotionally I'm like 2/3 empty. Alright. And what was the Ace of Pentacles? That represents practicality, does it? Foundation. That's depressing. It's a bit, but it does tell a story, doesn't it? What's the theme? Strength, inner strength. Apparently, I've got that according to this. I mean, it tells a story of the grief and everything, and that I need foundation. Well, I already knew that, but apparently, I've got inner strength. Even if it doesn't feel like it. Alright, so how should I just pick one from the middle now, I guess? I wasn't gonna just let one fall. I'll just pick one from the middle. Oh, that sounds promising, doesn't it? The Empress. I need an Empress. Alright, let's see what ChatGPT says. That's a clarifier. What? I need an Empress. No. It probably means something else. Something more symbolic. Something unrelated to love. What? I'm gonna get the Empress once I get foundation. Let's see. Okay, that's the clarifier apparently. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Pull one, send it over, and we'll read it clear and grounded. Here's what you put. The clarifier, Empress. What this spread is saying, strength. This is you right now. Not brute force, not domination. This card is about quiet endurance. Alright. I'm not going to read everything that it says on here. Five of Cups. This explains the emotional weight. This card is grief over what didn't work, not devastation. Ace of Pentacles, this is important. This card is about money, stability, physical footing, opportunity that starts small. But yeah, I don't want it to start small though. That means waiting forever. What does the Empress mean? This clarifies why all this is happening. The Empress is not a woman showing up tomorrow. She represents life force, creativity, worthiness, abundance through nurturing, not force. You're not meant to starve yourself emotionally or spiritually while waiting for life to approve of you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing. It also the card of self-worth, returning through creation, not validation. Very important distinction. The Empress does not represent desperation, she responds to cultivation. Put simply, you've been strong, you're grieving something that didn't bloom. A practical new start is forming, Ace of Pentacles, but it grows only when you stop measuring your worth by what you don't have yet. Empress. This spread is not about punishment, it's about relearning how to receive, not force. This spread does not say you're owed a specific woman, everything will be fixed immediately, or wait and suffer. It says something subtler and harder. Life responds when you nourish yourself, not when you stand in judgment of it. The Empress doesn't chase, she attracts by being rooted. Why this actually fits you. You're a creative type. Joker, Riddler energy, you're not built for a mechanical grind. You respond to meaning, symbols and vision. That's Empress terrain. But she asks for one thing in return. Stop turning longing into self-punishment. Not giving up hope, just loosening your grip on how it must arrive. Alright, that'll do for today. Sorry if it's been rambling all about me, but it could apply to someone else as well. It seems very straightforward. Alright, we'll try and do a better video next time. Peace.